look who I'm with. I am with the superintendent. I call her Super. Do you know that? Do you notice that when I email you guys? Nancy, Miss Nancy. Are you doctor?
No,
Okay. I don't want to do anything wrong in this interview.
No, you couldn't. Just Nancy is great.
Nancy Santilli, the superintendent of Kenston Schools. Hello.
I do hope your family's well. Everybody's good. We didn't get a chance to.
We are all good. We are all good and getting through it and taking this opportunity to just spend time with each other.
Good.
What about your family?
Actually, that's kind of nice. Thank you for asking. I think that's kind of nice because I've actually said that to my daughter, is that this gives us a little bit of found time that I don't know that we would have had otherwise. And so, yeah, everybody, as long as everybody stays healthy, that's the main thing. So, yeah.
It's a reminder of what's important to us. Again, we needed to be reminded.
I agree.
Yeah. So love the Kenston swag. I do have some chamber swag on too, but I'm not sitting high enough.
Nice.
So, ever in a million years, did you think that you and I would be virtually Zooming together while the students are home virtually learning?
No. But I will tell you, I actually appreciate being able to have the technology to do things like Zoom, because it does keep everybody connected a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I do have to tell you, thank you for the work that you've been doing with the Chamber. Your outreach has been remarkable.
Oh, thank you.
Just really a great way to connect the community. And I really do appreciate that. And I've been following everything. And I think it's just such a time of uncertainty that is critical for us to continue kind of, connecting where we can. I'd like to tell the students and, well, everybody really, go back to the old fashioned, write the notes, do the letters, and
grab a board game.
That's right. Make a phone call to somebody that's, home and that you haven't talked to in a while. I think that's just really important right now.
Yeah, taking advantage of this time. I mean, yes, worrying is okay to some sort. Obsessively worrying is not healthy for us.
Molly, and I think just so long as everybody recognizes, we all recognize that health and safety are paramount. And so we have to keep that at the forefront. For us at Kenston, I have to tell you, when we first got this news, right? So this is, 2 weeks ago now, we were watching, Governor DeWine, who made his announcement that, schools would be closed. And my team actually was with me at the time. And I said, well, it was Friday night. I said, you guys can go ahead and go, and, I'll work on some of this, and, we can reconvene next week. And I went to gather some things from my desk. I came back, and all of a sudden everybody walked back into the conference room and sat around the table. And I said, what are you guys doing? You can go. And they said, no, we're here.
Okay, see, now I'm crying.
Yeah, we're going to be here. And it's just, and I think that's a tribute not only, certainly to my Kenston team, but to a lot of the companies, a lot of the schools. I know I've been collaborating with, Bob Hunt as well. And it's just really important. And we knew at the time what we needed to do was and what we could control, right? You can't always control things.
Yes.
But we knew that students being home for a long period of time wasn't going to be good if they weren't continuing learning. And so that's when we launched in with our learning expectations. And I know Chagrin did the same thing. And Bob was gracious enough to even share some things with us. And we've been collaborating with a lot of the superintendents in the area to make sure that we could carry out what we consider successful learning for students and not giving that up. And we knew that we had to still do what's best for kids. And we knew that what's best for them is to do that.
What I've been seeing in the business world is they've been implementing new things for this new time, but they're very excited because it's been something that's been on a back burner whether it be, do an online store or whatever it is. Do you feel like some of these things that you've implemented will be able to continue after this is done?
Absolutely. And shout out to my tech support team. They've been phenomenal. John Molnar, I couldn't ask for better. He's just really put in an awful lot of hours. So we were a little different from some of the schools. We were one-to-one devices more at the secondary level and not so much at the elementary. So that was our challenge. And that week, actually, it was the first time we were able to put devices in our staff members' hands, where we said, okay, here's this device. And so, I think you're right. Those are things that we had planned, but we just were able to expedite them a little quicker, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's
right.
It's kind of nice to know that technology is going to be there for us. And even with me, things that I'm learning or that my team's learning, it'll be there.
A good old-fashioned kick in the butt.
Right.
To get it going.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you've heard this from, other schools and things. Our teachers have been outstanding and really putting forth what's best for students. And, our support team all working together. And I have to give a shout out to our unions as well. They've been very cooperative with us, no roadblocks, saying, you know what, we're all in this together and we have to do what's best for our students right now. So I'm just really proud of the work.
It is, as you know, my daughter is a teacher and a mother of twins. So, you're not only asking a teacher to virtually teach a classroom, you're asking them to be dealing with their home life.
That's right.
And do it. So it's a challenge, I'm sure.
It is a challenge. And, like you, I have my daughter who is going through that, where she's, working with my grandchildren going, oh my gosh, this is a lot tougher. And, when it's constant and, she's set up their schoolwork and their desk and, she's kind of keeping them on track every day. And she's plus trying to do their jobs at home too.
Yes.
So that's the challenge too. And I think we just have to be, cognizant of that too with our parents and with, our teachers, because they're doing dual roles right now. So.
And do you go into the school at all, or are you at home?
So this week is technically our spring break, right?
That's right.
Although, that looks different right now for everybody, I'm sure. But we're on spring break. And so, we're more home than in the office. But yes, we've all been in the office, and we have kind of our essential team that'll be in, and especially with next week, because part of our plan is Monday, we really do kick in with our online learning. And so we'll be there to assist and help. So members of our tech department and then our administrators, and, just really keeping people together.
Have you danced through the halls now that no one's there? Like,
you know what? I have not. Because the cameras are still on. That could come back to haunt me. So I don't think so. But I will tell you, it is, like many people, it's surreal, and it did sadden me. Especially for, and I'll tear up, my senior students. I don't think there's anybody around whose hearts don't go out to them. I just hope that they treasure the moments that they have right now with their family and friends. Really taking a look at, the memories over the years that they've had. They've had to go through a lot, but nothing prepares them more for these life skills that they're going to come out stronger. They are resilient. They know how to collaborate with one another. They have the tenacity that I think other students don't have. And I just, my heart goes out to them. I miss them dearly. But I know that, we'll all come through this. And
we will.
The right thing. But that was hard. That was hard to think about those seniors. The young students, when they came back to, gather their belongings and everything, I know they're going to be back walking those halls. They'll have many years of the great experiences in our school. And just right now, those seniors are what's still tugging at my heartstrings. So shout out to the class of 2020. They're
Oh,
strong
gosh.
through
And they probably thought, gosh,
their lives, right?
yeah, they probably thought, yeah, we're the 2020 and we're, like, oh my gosh. Well, how are you keeping in contact with families that that are in need, that needed school for structure and for food?
That's a challenge. So for us right now, we are not doing the deliveries and things with our lunches. We have probably a smaller population, but we have reached out. We've been working with the food bank and donated, all of our, surplus that we had from the school to the food bank so that they can help. And I think, we just keep in contact with, the community center and see where students do need that help. And if anybody does, they can certainly, reach back by calling the school on Monday or, shooting us an email or whatever. We're happy to assist. But
what is that school phone number? And I'll put it right here.
Our school number, they can call their buildings, and where I would recommend Molly, is for everyone to go to our website, if that's possible. But they can call the board office, which is 440-543-9677. But our website has a lot of the information, and we'll continue to do those updates. We'll be putting on a technology plan with a help desk, and if people don't have their devices and things like that, that'll provide them with the information.
And the campus is closed.
It's closed. Our teachers, they can go up if they need to work out of their classroom, certainly following all the safety protocols that have been put in place. But our campus, for the most part, is closed. What we would ask, too, is people remember that with the use of our stadiums and, the field spaces in our playgrounds. We've really, closed those down as well. And I know that people want to get out, but we would encourage, the metro parks at this time.
That's right. And what about, because people might not know, the teachers will continue to get paid through this time, correct?
Correct. So for us, and unless we were to ever hear anything different, which I cannot see happening, so I want to make sure everybody hears that, we're taking it kind of a week by week and looking and doing our forward thinking and saying, what do we need to do in all aspects? But our teachers, all of our staff currently are getting paid. And that's just, a commitment that our board has made. We certainly value what they do all the time, and they are working. They, I think that's what people may not realize is how much they are planning and working and just really putting in the time. So.
Well, that's awesome. And are you discovering any new hobbies that maybe you've been put on the back burner to try, and now you're going to have the time to do that?
You know what? For me, I haven't had that moment yet because it's been pretty busy planning and getting things ready. And so I don't know if I have new hobbies. Again, I'm kind of enjoying just a little bit of like quieter time. I did, take my granddaughters before all of this shutdown, and we purchased some reading materials for them and that, but I haven't had a chance even to do that. So it's just been busy, and I'm sure a lot of parents are experiencing that. Again, it goes back to how are you balancing, because that's what we talked about so much, was that work-life balance. Well, now you're doing both at the same time. So I think that's a challenge for some.
Do you have your Swedish fish stocked up?
Oh, are you kidding? It's funny you should say that, because my colleagues got me a lot of the Swedish fish, and I'm almost ashamed to say, but I did finish them. And so I put in an order on Insta-Cart the other day and, clicked like a couple bags. And then I went back and said, oh, do I really need that many bags?
You don't want to hoard the Swedish fish.
You know me well, Molly.
Well, it has been such a pleasure to chat with you. I'm so glad I see you well. And if there's one thing that you wanted to say to the folks, what would it be?
Do you know, I want to share with you something that we've shared with our students many times in times of crisis. So everybody's familiar with Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, right? But when, he was a young boy, his quote was that he would see scary things in the news, and his mother would say to him to just always look for the helpers, and you'll always find people who are helping. And so what I would like to say is to everybody that's helping, and especially those healthcare workers that are out. And, I have family members in the healthcare, my brother, my husband, all of that I just look for those helpers, and just reach out to them and know that our hearts are with them, and we'll all get through this. And I just wish everybody good health and to just be well. And
Amen.
I look forward to seeing those students' faces real soon. And we'll all get through this. And we've said it 100 times, but bombers fly together. We will be flying together, and we're going to get through this together. So thank you.
Yes, we are the Chagrin Valley, so we do get through it.
And I do appreciate, again, everything that you're doing. And
Oh, well, I appreciate your time today, and I want you to stay well and continue washing those hands.
Oh, absolutely. You too, Molly. Take
All
care.
right, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.